There are hedge fund managers making $1 million an hour. You know, it's crazy, right? It's money everywhere. It's money in everything. I want to help you. Start your business today. Come join my royal family. Subscribe to Casino Is the Name. Hey, yo, what's going on? Right now you're watching Casino Is the Name, and in this video I wanted to talk to you guys about how you can get your CDL without going to truck driving school. Now, I am by no means an advocate for this, this method. I do think that it could possibly be safer or make you a better driver by going to truck driving school. I just didn't know this whole situation even existed, because traditionally I had only known people to go to truck driving school to learn how to drive semis and trucks and things like that. So I only found this out once I actually got into trucking. And even then, I was getting into trucking with a dually truck, a hotshot truck, 40-foot flatbed, Dodge Ram, 3500 dually. That's how I was getting into trucking. And so because the trailer was so long and the GVWR, gross vehicle weight ratio, or rating, or whatever it's called, was so high that I had to have someone with a CDL drive the truck. And so this is a two-part, because I learned a few things during this process. Okay. So I'm down there, I'm getting everything set up and registered and all of that kind of stuff. And, I don't know where I was. I don't know if I was at a DMV or somewhere. I was somewhere, but they were telling me that, I can get a CDL I can also get a CDL for the truck. And I was like, yeah, but I don't want to go to truck driving school. And they was like, no. You can get a CDL without going to truck driving school. You can actually even just get a CDL specifically for your dually truck. And I was like, what? I've never heard of this. And they were like, yeah, you won't be rated for, say, a semi truck. But if I came to take the test on my dually truck, with the flatbed on the back, if I go to take the test in that truck, then I will be able to get a CDL where I can drive trucks similar, but not a semi truck. So right then, I didn't even really know that I knew about dump trucks and buses and things like that, but it just never dawned on me that there were so many different types of CDLs, or classes or whatever. So, if you can get a CDL, say, just on a dually truck, that would be, of course, super easy. But, like I said, it won't be like driving a semi truck. You won't be able to jump in a semi truck and drive around. So, and then even then they were like, well, you can also do this even with semi trucks. If you know someone or you have a truck that you can practice on, you can do the same thing. You don't actually have to go to truck driving school. Now, I'm going to tell you the reasons why I'm not necessarily a proponent of this type of method, but it works. So first, let's talk about how to even obtain a CDL. First step is, usually the traditional method would be you go to a truck driving school and they give you materials for you to study. And I don't know if it's a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, but eventually, you have classes or whatever, and you study your material, and then you go and take a permit test. That's kind of just like when you got your regular driver license. You went in there and you took a test to see if you knew like the road signs and things like that. It wasn't like a driving test yet. So you get past that part. You take the permit, you get the permit, take the permit test, you get the permit. And it's just mainly asking about road signs and maybe air brakes or something like that about the truck. And so you pass this test. They give you a permit. That permit allows you to get into a truck. And during this time, traditionally at a truck driving school, you're practicing, you're backing, you're learning signs, you might get on the road a little bit, whatever it is. They got you driving between cones or something. I don't know. All right, so this is where you get familiar with the truck, doing your safety checks and all that kind of stuff. And so this is where you're learning that process. And from there, once they feel like you're good enough, I guess, good enough to go in there and take the real driving test, you'll then go and take the real driving test at the DMV. All right, so now this is the loophole. The loophole is, let's say you got an uncle who has a semi truck and he's willing to, on his days off, teach you, once you get your permit, teach you how to drive it and back and things like that. And you have a safe space, I guess, that you can work with or whatever. And yeah, you can learn from him. And then eventually, once you feel like you're confident enough and things like that, he can, I guess, maybe, I don't know if I think you have to take your truck that you're going to be taking the test on. So I guess he can maybe go with you and let you take the test. I don't know if other places like other DMVs or different things have it where they have trucks that you can take the test on, but pretty sure most of them, at least from what I recall, most of them required you bring the vehicle that you're going to be taking the test on. And so you do it like that. And so, yeah, but yes, now the reason why I'm not necessarily jumping behind this method is just because I think that at least in a structured environment, they have structure, right? Because if you're going to be getting on the road with, 40,000 pounds of hazardous material or something like that, I just think that in a school or a structured environment, they may at least attempt to cover some of the key things that they think that you may need to know, versus your uncle who been driving for 40 years and he don't even got to think too much about structure because he just been doing it for so long and he's super relaxed and it's nothing to him to drive a big rig. He's not thinking about necessarily things from a beginner standpoint in every situation. Like, that's kind of my thing. Anyway, yeah, so what do you guys think? If you're a truck driver, what method did you go? Did you take the traditional route, or did you learn just driving with somebody? I don't know. And how do you guys feel about that? Like if you were looking at getting your CDL, I think they said truck driving school averages about $6,000. So, well, at least at the time I last looked. So, that's a way to save $6,000. I just try to bring these kind of things to you guys as they come across me. Anyway, right now you're watching Casino is the Name. Like, share, comment, and subscribe, man, and I'm out. Hey, yo, what's going on? Right now you're watching Casino is the Name, and if you want to know how I started my trucking business, I have an ebook called Big Shot, Hot Shot, Volume 1, on your trucking authority. The link is going to be in the description. It'll pretty much tell you everything from if the taxes to different types of trailers and all sorts of things. It's a great book, 5-star reviews. Link will be in the description. Go get it. Yeah.
Beat me up, Scotty. Beat me up, Scotty.
Me and her together, we just count it up. Money on my mind, I can't get enough. Don't play with my money, you don't want no beef. Cause I come from the bottom, I come from the street. When she first saw me, she say, who is that? When a man saw me, he called me a threat. I'm the one that really live with a rap. They ain't never did it, they ain't really trap. You say you want to be successful, but what's stopping you? Can't nothing stop you from being successful except for you.
You sinning in your own way. I came from the bottom. I ain't know nothing but the grind. You can't tell me nothing about that. I caught the bus at Basin Street Projects in Tallahassee, Florida. You hear me? I used to think $1 million would last me my whole life. I'd have made that and spent that. $1 million ain't enough. There are hedge fund managers making $1 million an hour. You know, it's crazy, right? It's money everywhere. It's money in everything. I want to help you. Start your business today. Come join my royal family. Subscribe to Casino is the name.